it's a really fine line. You want to give them ownership, but you want that to still feel like a Muslamic maker. I've made a lot of mistakes in this. So I now have this guide, which is called Events Best Practice, where what I've done is I've kind of said, okay, these are the types of Muslamic makers events. Here's a link to a video we've done previously. You know, aim for half of your panel to be Muslim and at least a third of them to be women. You know, almost setting certain rules for them that actually they feel like, okay, if we're doing a lightning talks event, which is small, shorter events, you know, here's how you would go about doing it. And basically breaking it down into rules so that, and I've made, so talking about some mistakes that I've made in the past is I remember collaborating with another organization and I was a bit like, oh my God, we haven't done an event for 2-3 months. We need to do something. And there was an organization and they were doing some stuff around women and video games and people of color. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, yes, wicked. They wanted to work with us. I was like, yeah, cool. So I was like, I jumped on that opportunity, stuck our name on it, but wasn't heavily involved in it. And the event in itself, it was interesting. There was parts that were good, but there was a part where, to be frank, the speaker was swearing a lot in her language. And that made me feel very uncomfortable. That didn't feel like a very wholesome Islamic makers event. And that made me go, oh, maybe I should have some speaker guidance, you know, in terms of for the future. And that was my fault. I wouldn't blame the organization because I wasn't involved in the vetting. I kind of jumped on an opportunity to stick my name, my community's name on it. And in doing so, or the other thing was in terms of food that was being served, Islamic Makers event, we have this rule, we feed our people, you know, Muslim hospitality, it's like a thing, Pakistani hospitality comes from me, like we will have halal pizza or halal burgers or something, like it doesn't matter for us. It's like people are coming after work, they're tired, we want to feed people, no like, you know, biscuit or just a biscuit. This event, they only served biscuits. So I was like, oh my God, this does not feel like a Islamic makers event. So these were like mistakes that I kind of went through. And I've kind of just taught me that, okay, I need to do that.